Hello everyone, how we doing? Where are we right now? Right now we are in the Kensington section of Brooklyn. That's where we are right now. I believe we're on 35th Street. This is a street I've never walked down. Quite interesting. It's got all these, the first section of homes here, they got all these like open big patios. And then coming up here, they got all these brick walk-ups. Where are we going to walk today? Well, you probably saw it in the title. And the reason I'm saying it like that is because as I'm recording this, I don't know where we're going to walk. So you guys already know ahead of time. In the future, I'm going to play this one by ear. We just did the Church Avenue walk, so I'm in the same vicinity. So I figured, you know what, let's keep rolling. I was on a break, and we gotta get back to getting you guys some walks. So this right here is Dahill Road. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna take Dahill Road for a little bit. Got Avenue C in front of us right there. Alright, so we'll walk on Dahill Road for a little bit. So like I said, we are starting off in the Kensington area. And eventually we're going to be in the Borough Park section. I would imagine as I keep walking this way, I'm going to end up in Brough Park. The only question is how long I'm going to stay on Dahill. "15th Avenue. 15th Avenue. I know that avenue very well. Alright, that was kind of a weird turn. I don't know if you guys saw, it was a little jerky turn. I think he wanted to go straight and then decided at the last minute he was going to turn. Dahill Road is a pretty funky road. I mean, it goes, it goes for a long stretch, but it gets broken up a couple of times, 2 or 3 times. I guess you'll have to look on a map to see what I'm talking about. Just look up Dahill Road and follow it. You'll see what I'm talking about. It gets cut off a couple of times here and there. I know there's a park that I used to hang out in when I was a kid over here, so we'll see. I think it's over by 18th Avenue. And you know what I always say about, oh, here's the park right here. Look, never mind. It's been a while. I mean, I was a kid when I used to come into this park. Dome Playground. Yes, Dome Park. That's exactly what it was. And it's a lot different than when I was a kid. when I was a kid, it was just nothing more than like a big asphalt field. It was really nothing in there. And you would see it from the train station. That train station right there, that is the F train. That is the Ditmas Avenue train station. That part of the L, also, by the way, a little history, that's the part of the L over there that used to turn and then go up to 9th Avenue train station when they used to have the Culver line. And this whole area here, all these streets that you see, well, the streets that we walked by, there used to be an L running up these roads, an elevated rail, but they also had trolley tracks on the ground. And back in the old days, there goes the F train right there. So the F train is coming out of the subway, Church Avenue station. But when I was a kid, we used to ride bikes down here, and there was nothing down here. It was just like all weeds and old abandoned rails on the ground and stuff. You got to be really careful on these intersections. These intersections, cars will go right. So like right now I have a walk light, but they'll go right through it. You see, these guys are like right in the crosswalk. Home of the school buses. I think that's what I was going to say earlier. Whenever we're in Borough Park, that's what you're going to see a lot of here. You're going to see a lot of school buses. You got some people that love trains. They love planes. I don't know if there's like a subsection of people that love to look at school buses, but if you're one of those people, plenty of school buses on this walk. You know, they got those channels that are dedicated to all different types of transportation. I don't think they have a school bus one, so. And this right here is what I was saying earlier. This is Ditmas Avenue right here. That's the Ditmas Avenue train station entrance is over here. I don't know, guys. This might evolve into a really long walk. I turned the camera back on a couple of blocks after I finished the Church Avenue walk, and it was really spur of the moment. This is not planned. This was not something I was going to do. But I'm thinking we may... I gotta go home anyway, right? I gotta walk back into Bensonhurst. I mean, I live in Dyker Heights, but Dyker Heights and Bensonhurst are kind of mixed. They're next to each other. But if I gotta walk all the way back... If I gotta walk all the way back, might as well keep the camera rolling and make this a really long walk. So now, in real time, as I'm recording, I know what the title, well, at least the subject to this walk is going to be Kensington to Bensonhurst. And I think what we'll do is we will take, well, first I'm going to get across the street because this school bus traffic is a mess. Well, I guess what we'll do is we'll take 18th Avenue. Right, there's a 17th Avenue right here. Might as well just take 18th Avenue. And we will walk through Borough Park, which right now I would say we're in Borough Park now. And look at all these school buses. Look at them all. There's tons of school buses down there. There's one right here. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna get onto 18th Avenue up here, and funny enough, I was saying earlier about how Dahill Road gets broken up, and well, I'm pretty sure 18th Avenue pretty much breaks it up the first time over here. This is Avenue F. Avenue Foxtrot. You get some of these weird like letter avenues down this way. Like we passed Avenue C earlier. Now Avenue F. Got somebody filming over there. Oh, he's filming like 8mm or something. Alright, we're about to get off of Dahill and we're going to be getting onto 18th Avenue. And we'll just walk 18th Avenue. Dahill to 18th Avenue. Kensington to Bensonhurst. You can hear a work train. More school buses. I guess what we'll do is we'll cross back over because I want to get onto that side. So I was telling you guys in the last walk that, you know, I'm coming back off of my little break, I didn't talk much about it. I'll say usually in February I take off about 2 or 3 weeks. But as you know, February was kind of busy. I mean, we had the snowstorms, we had the ice, we had all this stuff that I wanted to get out and record and walk through. And I never got the break I wanted. So I decided right at the end of February, take like a few days off, several days off, right? Now, normally, and by the way, this is 18th Avenue right here, so we're gonna now start walking on 18th. Normally, when I take a break, it's only a break from YouTube. You know, I generally will keep doing my walks or go hiking or something like that without the camera. But this break that I took, this like 1 week, I guess like about a week or week and a half, this was an actual it was a break. I mean, I didn't even go out walking. I didn't do anything. And most of that has nothing to do with me being lazy or anything. It was the weather. The weather's been really bad this week. We've had a lot of rain this week, which is great. Got rid of all the snow. So that's one of the main reasons why I stayed in. I probably would have did some walks this past week, but you know, you guys know I love walking in the rain, but not when it's 40 degrees. I mean, there's a huge difference walking in the rain at 40 degrees and 70 degrees. So I guess what's the point? What am I getting at here? This is really the first time I'm walking in about 10 days, and basically you guys watched the last walk, the Church Avenue. So I've walked from Prospect Lefferts, or Prospect Park South, Flatbush, whatever neighborhood you want to say I was at, but pretty much from there all the way to Bensonhurst as my first walk back. And I broke it up into these 2 walks. But I'm pretty much been walking since we started on Flatbush Avenue. Ended it at Church Avenue, and then now here I am, Dahill Road to 18th Avenue. I'm gonna get across the street. Got these kids on these scooters just zipping around. we just passed 49th Street. So we're going to be going all the way down to, I guess we're going to be going all the way down to 86th Street. That's where I'll end it, I guess. Over by New Utrecht Avenue. You can see it is very busy down here on this side of 18th Avenue. A lot of people on the streets, a lot of deliveries. Look at all the stuff that's got to be put inside. A lot of water. There's a lot of water right there. It looks like there was so much water in that little spot. It looked like the military was dropping out rationings. It was like a military drop when they drop water and food on the pallets. (52nd Street), a lot of traffic. Got a lot of people walking by me with purpose, like they need to get somewhere. I feel like I'm in their way. Like, I'm sitting here going like, they're in my way. I'm like trying to walk around them, but I'm like, maybe I'm the one that's in the way. Maybe I'm the one. Maybe I'm the obstacle. We got the guy with the camera here walking around. So you got a lot of these kids coming out of school. It is a Friday. There go some more school buses. Look at all the school buses. There's about 20 school buses side to side going down the block there. So if school buses were Subway sandwiches, these would be your 6-inch sandwiches right here. These are your 6-inch school bus Subway sandwiches. And then you got some footlongs on the next block. I know you guys are probably saying I got a really special mind to be thinking like that, but it's the only way I can give you guys a comparison, right? Once we get into the 60s, we're on 55th, we will be getting into Bensonhurst. We are walking to the coast. Well, not all the way to the coast. I'll stop filming at 86th Street, but I will continue on to the coast. So I live on the coast, which is about three blocks further down. This right here is Gravesend Park. But we are nowhere near Gravesend. Gravesend is way... Let me think about it. I mean, I know where Gravesend is, but I gotta think about it in relation to where we're standing. I would say... Let me think about this for a second. Man, I can't even... I mean, if we're heading into Bensonhurst, Gravesend would be... I mean, it's the next one over. But not in this direction, right? So you'd have to go further down. So, like, basically to get to Gravesend, let's make it simple, right? Because I'm probably confusing everybody. You get down to 86th Street, right? So where we're going to end the walk. You take 86th Street down. Once you get to around 23rd, 24th Avenue, before you get into Coney Island, that's Gravesend there. That's the south side of Gravesend. I mean, if you go this way, like if I turn down one of these streets and walk down, I would imagine ends up in maybe the Midwood section. We got some street work going on over here. 58th Street. We'll wait for this red light. Oh, there it goes. Change. Alright guys, we have made it to 60th Street. We are now moving into the Bensonhurst neighborhood. So on this walk, we've went from Kensington into Bensonhurst. But in reality, today I have filmed 2 walks, and I have walked from Prospect Park South, Prospect Lefferts, all the way here. That's how you get back into walking, right there, like that. No warm-ups. This would be the way I just jumped right in after being off for about 10 days. This would be like putting a pitcher on the mound in spring training and expecting him to throw 100 pitches. You know, spring training, they have the pitchers start out at about 40 or 50 pitches, I guess. Maybe 60, but this is like throwing a guy out there and say, guys, your first game, spring training, give me 100 pitches. I want you to go out there and blow out your arm. I'm basically coming out here and I'm blowing out my legs. I am definitely going to feel it tomorrow, I'll tell you that much. When I take a break from walking and then my first walk and I do this, the one thing that the one issue I have is just my calves are a little sore and stiff, but otherwise my knees and my legs all together and my feet feel fine. So I should be good. There goes the 18th Avenue train station for the N line. Today I have walked by the Church Avenue station on the B and the Q. Walked by the Church Avenue station for the F. The Ditmas Avenue and the 18th Avenue station for the F line. Now we're passing by the N line. And right at the end of the walk, we'll be passing right by the 18th Avenue train station for the D line. So pretty much got all of the major south train railroad routes covered on this. There goes Target. Some salt plows over there. Still got some sanitation trucks with the salt and the plows out. Going across 65th Street. We'll just stay on this side of the road for the whole walk. We'll just stay here. Sorry, man, I don't got no change. I don't think I ever carry change on me. Hell, sometimes I don't even, today I got cash on me, but there are days I don't even have cash in my pocket. Just like a debit card or something, or a credit card. I generally don't buy a lot of stuff outside, that's why. I mean, if I go out, like today I brought cash because, you know, if I'm going to be far away from home, or I'm going to be out for a while, I bring cash in case I want to stop and get something to eat, or like a small emergency, you know, to get on a train or something. But a lot of times I don't even bring cash on me. 68th Street. We're going to take this to 86th Street. This light's about to go green. Well, I'll tell you, some of these cars, it take forever to get through the intersection. This was a very unplanned walk. This is a very interesting route I am taking to get home. It's interesting in the sense that it's not taking me directly home. I'm kind of still, when I get over to 86th Street, I'm still a little bit a ways from home. But I guess I was just going with the flow, and we were on Dahill Road, and I figured 18th Avenue, so. And you start seeing some of the Italian cafes over here. You got 18th Avenue. This is Cafe Italia. You got Villa Body Bakery right here. In about 5 months, we'll be having the 18th Avenue Feast over here, by the way. 5 months. So you can put it on your calendar now. We got to get through spring first before we get to the summer, though. Speaking of the feast, we do have street festival season coming up. You guys know I like to take you guys on street festivals and street fairs, so stay tuned for that. I don't know what we're going to do this year. Last year was kind of interesting because if you remember last year, there were those 3 weekends in a row where we had those really bad thunderstorms with the flood and rain and everything, and that's what we did on the weekends last summer. So there were like 3 street festivals that got rained out in 3 consecutive weeks. By the way, the Italian Records place is now finally closed after so many years being in business. closed down last year. Late last year, I believe. But anyway, getting back to the street festivals. Yeah, we have street festivals coming up. Usually they start popping up in April. Usually the first ones we go to are the ones in Park Slope. So we'll see. I know that Court Street does one. Court Street, 5th Avenue. Fratelli's Pizzeria. And you got Queen Anne Ravioli. And they sell a lot more stuff other than ravioli. All right, here we go. Here we go. Now, we were down around this area not too long ago. I can't remember when we were down here, but you know what, guys? I lied. We are going to cross over, and that's because there's a lot of street sidewalk construction on the next block. So that is forcing me over to this side. See, I mean, I could walk over there, but it's just a lot of holes in the street over there, and it's very tight, so I'm gonna stay on this side for a block, and then I'll go back onto the other side. That must suck for the businesses, though, because the businesses, they don't get any walking customers because no one wants to walk on that side. I mean, all those stores are open over there. You can see how whole sidewalks are all broken up over there. Back across the street, had a little detour. All right, we've made it to Bay Ridge Parkway. There goes Tony Pepperoni Pizzeria, which, by the way, I think I explained this on the last time we were down here. That pizzeria caught on fire overnight hours during the 18th Avenue feast, and pretty much took out that whole building. Everyone is no longer in that building. I had mentioned this a little while back, but it was the last night that I went to the feast. I took you guys for a walk through the feast. It happened that night. I didn't catch it on camera. It was overnight. It was like overnight hours, I think like 1 or 2 in the morning. That's how long that building's been burned out like that. And now you saw the for sale signs. They're trying to sell it. I mean, if you got the money to invest, you can make a lot of money with that building. I know there's a lot of damage that they got to fix, but think of it this way. That building now, whenever that building gets renovated, it's going to have the newest and latest stuff in it. So you can imagine they're going to jack up the rents for the apartments in there when they finish fixing that place up. One of the things, though, I always say this, I would never live on top of a store or a restaurant or anything like that, because those always seem to be the places that always have fires. Got some sanitation equipment. They're probably clearing all of the snow that you'll still find some piles of snow on some of the big street corners. The last, the last two big storms we had, there's just a lot of piles. There was a lot of piles of snow everywhere. So those are what those trucks are doing. They're clearing if they find like a corner that has a lot of snow on it, what they do is they take the snow basically and they dump it onto the street, flatten it out, and then they put salt all over it so it melts. That's why you have the big bulldozer guy. That's the guy that's gonna knock all the snow into the street if it's a big pile. And then the sanitation truck behind the plow truck, he goes through it, flattens it out with the plow. As a matter of fact, there is a operation, looks like, going on up in a couple of blocks. It looks like I can see one coming towards us. I don't know if he's coming towards us or if he's working on something. Oh no, he's just driving through. So, but that's what they've been doing. They were just clearing the snow out of the remaining corners. Well, we had a really nice week, though. I mean, as far as temperatures and rain, that really helped get rid of all of this crap. The end is in sight. I could see the ends of this walk is in sight. I could see the 18th Avenue train station. This is 80th Street. We're getting over to 86th Street. That's where we're going to end it. Frank and Sal's. Just realized I'm going to be wrapping up the walk right in front of Pizza Den. I might go inside and get a couple slices of pizza. There you go, guys. Here's a pile of dirty snow. Look at this nasty, dirty snow. That's how dirty it gets. Look at that. It looks like just coal. Looks like a pile of coal. goes the D train out there. Well, guys, in total, I probably walked between the last walk and this walk together today, Church Avenue, and then this one, Dahill Road to 18th Avenue to 86th Street. I probably walked a total of, let's say, 6 miles. Remember, a couple weeks back, we did that long 6-mile walk on 4th Avenue. Remember that? Right? Wasn't it like 6 miles, I think? From Flatbush Avenue all the way... Actually, it was Atlantic and Flatbush all the way down to the actual shoreline right by the Verrazano Bridge. Here goes the old church. New Utrecht Reformed Church. I talk about it from time to time. I'm not going to talk about it today.
It is me at the top.
So this will be the final train station we pass. This is the 18th Avenue train station on the D line. Tato's Pizza. This is actually a pretty okay pizza place. I've had pizza in here too sometimes. Well, we're about to end the walk here on 86th Street. We're going to end it right in front of Pizza Den. Man, I'm going to punch right through New Utrecht Avenue, man. Right past the traffic coming at me. Once I start walking, the pace that I'm walking right now, I can't stop. It's weird. It's kind of a strange thing. Sometimes I just can't stop walking. It actually hurts to stop walking. So, but here we are, guys. This is the end right here. I want to thank everybody for tagging along. We walked this one from Dahill Road all the way here to 86th Street and 18th Avenue. Long walk, very long walk. Here we go. There goes Pizza Den right there. I'm actually going to run in here and get some pizza. I want to thank everybody for tagging along. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. Pretty busy walk. This is 86th Street. I will catch you guys all on the next walk, okay? So take care and bye-bye.